You're funny, man. You're always calling me right when I'm about to do a tutorial for you.
Oh, nice. Dude, it was funny listening to watching the videos yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I could hear my voice in the background talking to you, and I'm like, man, is that how I sound?
Which is probably right now, so I can actually just talk to you as I'm
What's up, Danny, on the other side of the world?
So I'm
and
here.
I'm talking to my future self.
You're talking to yourself in the future. Yeah, that's however you want to look at it. I get what you're trying to say. Yeah. Any advice?
We don't
Any
even need to plug the capacitor anymore. Dude.
Any advice for yourself when you watch this in the future?
Yes. Don't forget to start to wind your watch.
Don't forget to watch your watch. Oh my gosh, that's a good one, man. You just brought in two separate. Dang, well, I almost didn't get that reference because it wasn't a Star Wars reference.
Right.
You just crossed two time stream movies.
I just crossed the streams, man. There's one more.
Did you hear what she said?
No.
She said, "Why are you always calling while my dad is trying to do a video for you?"
Tell her because I want to hear her voice in the background.
It's hilarious. All right. Hey, give me like 5 minutes, and I'll call you right back.
All right, man.
All right, bye. I know you were, but let me do this video for him, and then you can talk to him. We're going to call him right back. Okay, so back on track. This is a simple water farm at the castle that I did, and the reason why I'm using the castle is because I can show you all the different types of water resources that you have available to you, and I'll tell you why I chose the ones I did. So you can use a water pump as long as you can put it on grass. Also the powered water pump. This one is I use either this one depending on where I'm located, or I use the most expensive one. Well, I mean, it's not really the most expensive. It's the one that produces the most. So my go-to water pump is the industrial one. It produces 40, and the powered produces 10. The only time I ever use the powered is if I don't have access to a water source. If you have access to a water source, just set up enough of them that you're producing anywhere between 100 and 200 water is my suggestion. I mean, you could go crazy and do more, but anywhere between your output of water resource, if you look at the top of your HUD, it'll say people, food, water, power, defense, beds, and happiness. And also to the far right is the size of your settlement. If you notice that my castle is almost full. So that's something I didn't know about earlier. When you're building your resources, also the more items, the more things that you have to build, whether it be a wall or a turret or a defense hasty, or like this, a water purifier pump, the more things you have to build, that gauge starts to fill up. So that's another reason why I like to use these, because it takes 10? Is it 10? Let me get this number right. Yeah, it takes 4 of these. I'm sorry. It takes 4 of these to produce the same amount as the industrial. And here's another reason why I like to use the industrial if I can. Oil is the main resource here that you want to focus on. It costs 4 oil to build this pump that only produces 10, and it costs 4 oil to produce this pump that produces 40. The other items I don't really worry about, because you can buy these, all of these at a shop like in Diamond City, or there's a couple of places, Good Neighbor, whatever. Almost every shop has the option to buy shipments of certain items. Oil is one of the ones that's and then the other items you can just find in the wasteland all over the place. Oil is one of the rarer items. So I like to keep that in mind when I'm building something. Is it going to cost me more or less oil? And wait, count the cost. Which one you prefer? Now, again, if you don't have access to a water source, then yeah, this is your go-to pump right here. The powered pump is awesome as long as you have a settlement that has grass. Then this thing is great. I love this thing. I loved when they introduced this thing. The little water pumps, I mean, they're good if you don't have a lot of resources when you're setting up a settlement for the first time. You don't have a settler that can connect your settlements, so that's why you might want to use these, because they're cheap and you can just get some resources going really quickly in your new settlements. So you go out there in the wasteland and you get the option to set up a brand new settlement. You don't have anybody living there yet. You want some resources coming in, and you're only going to have like a couple of people there maybe within a short amount of time. So just use this to get yourself started, but quickly move on to either the industrial pump or the powered pump. Okay, that's enough of kind of explaining why you want to use these. Let me show you the benefit of setting up a water farm and getting your resource water input above 100 and around 200. This is what I've been able to do. I can hear you when you're talking. Your voice picks up on this. This is a live stream. I'm just saying. The world. I can't turn it down. It doesn't work that way. You want me to... Anyway, so come over here to your... the wife is working from home today. So, I love how... Oh, let's see. So go over to your workshop. After you've set up your water farm, come back after a certain amount of time. Come back after... I don't know how much in-game time, but generally what I do is after I've helped a compound after a raid, I will come back to the workshop and... transfer items, go over to aid, and there it is. Your excess purified water will be there, and you just take that from the inventory and go over to a store. Now, I already have stores set up in most all of my compounds, but if you don't, then go to Diamond City or someplace. I'm going to go to the weapons guy because he generally has ammo that I want to buy as well. So I kind of barter back and forth.
I'll take a look, sure.
Here's what I've got.
Let's see. So let's go to the ammo I'm going to buy right away. So I'm going to buy 45 rounds because that's my go-to weapon. And go to my inventory where I'm going to sell him some stuff. Where's my aid? Purified water. There we go. I'm going to give it all to him. Now, keep in mind, look at that. Right there, I have 73 purified waters, and I'm going to sell him for 1,168 caps. He has enough, because I'm also buying the ammo from him, he has enough to cover my cost. Otherwise, you get into the area where they don't have enough money to buy what you're trying to sell them, and it'll give you the option to go ahead and go through with the trade, but, don't do that. What else am I going to sell? Probably going to sell things, ammo that I don't use before I get out of here. Let's go to ammo. I don't ever use 10mm rounds. And I don't ever use grenade. There's certain grenades I never use. Oh my gosh, look at all those missiles. Okay, I'm going to have to go to another store. Where's my... Okay. Did I have any grenades? Oh, you know what? I'll go to my weapons. There's some weapons. I picked off some raiders out in combat. Let's see. Combat rifle. Okay, that's close enough. 1,100 and... I'll give him that. I'm not really going to pinch pennies over this one, but you get the idea of what happens. It's going to ask me if I want to go ahead and accept the trade, and I'm losing about 10 caps. That's it. So that's the benefit of creating a a water purifier farm. You can also you can also create a melon farm. This isn't a good example of one. They're not ready to harvest, but I also don't have a lot of melons that I've put at the castle. And the melon farm is unique because there's a vendor in the wasteland. I think it's one of the Abernathy or Finch farm, one of those two farms. You harvest your melons and you take it to them, and it's one of your settlements that you can set up later in the game, and you can sell your melons to that vendor. I forget which one it is. It's either Abernathy or Finch, pretty sure. And as always, a reminder, get you some mut fruit plants and corn, mut fruit, and I think there's one other resource that you want to do as far as farming. So you're going to do, where did I write these notes down? I wrote something about that for you. It's about what kind of farm you might want to use, or what the resources are for. I guess I'm gonna have to make another video for that one later. But you basically want to have resources coming into your aids or your chemical station and your cooking station that will help you create like adhesive and oil. So yeah. Oh, here it is. So you need corn, mut fruit, purified water, and tato plants to make adhesive. And you need acid, bone, and purified water and steel to make oil. And like I said, those are two resources that you use for just about everything you build in your settlements, or weapons, or armor, or whatever. So any chance you get to set up a water purified farm, also corn, mut fruit, tato, and tato plants. And the melon is optional. Alright, hope that helped you set up a water purifier farm. Thanks for watching.